Welcome to the DWC show. In today's episode we're going to be talking about Shiba Inu and bunch of things to cover, and we're going to take a look at the chart and see where Shiba is headed to next. Is the price continuing to move up, or we're going to see go back down? So let's get started with the Shiba Inu price. And Shiba Inu is continuing to go up. From yesterday is already about 5% after almost 30% correction, and now we are in bull market. I personally bought the dip, not financial advice, but for Shiba Inu it's very good to see that it's going back down again. The price is 5 zeros followed by the 7565. It's rank 50, market cap around 303 billion, and it has volume around 366 million. So the volume is a little bit lower than usually, and then averaging around 300 to 600, but it's good to see SHIB going up again after 40% discount. Let's take a look at the past 30 days. We can see that Shiba Inu has dropped. We did see a nice parabolic run to the upside, going all the way to the 930 mark, and now we are beginning to go back down. We're tested a support level of the 660, so we do need price to hold above that level in order for Shiba Inu continuing to move. Let's take a look, and at the past 24 hours SHIB has been going up 913.6 thousand followers on the Twitter account, and we do have some huge news. The number of holders Shiba Inu and Shiba Inu tokens continuing to go up. We have already 668,000 Shiba holders, 79,000 SHIB holders, and numbers of Leash and Bond T-Bone also continuing to go up. We have some huge news about Twitter. Bitcoin bulls make a run on $45,000 after Bitcoin. Twitter launches crypto tipping for all users. Canadian regulators warn against gambling style advertising and marketing equivalents for crypto companies. And actually we're going to be talking about how gambling style influence on the price of SHIB and SHIB investors, and why you should be watch out. But what actually interesting that Netflix to release documentary about what Hydros sells mysterious life and death. Then we're going to take a look at the Shiba Inu whales. Speaking about fear and greed index, today fear 27, yesterday was neutral, last week fear, and last month extreme greed. So let's review some news and then do some technical analysis and take a look at the Shiba Inu whales. Bitcoin price rallied to $44.8 thousand and take him at flipping the 45,000 level to support shortly after Twitter launched a new crypto tipping service. Timing of the spike in Bitcoin price aligns closely with Twitter's announcement that users will now be able to tip other users with cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, thanks to an integration with Strike, a payment application built on the Lightning Network that enables low-cost Bitcoin transaction. We have daily cryptocurrency market performance. What's interesting that in a Thursday blog post, Twitter staff product manager Esther Crawford said the crypto tips feature would be available for all iOS users, and the platform plans to roll out options for Android in the coming weeks. Crypto option will allow users to link third-party apps, including Cash App, Patreon, Venmo, Cheaper, Bandcamp, RotherPay, and others. So we want everyone to Twitter to have access to pathway to get paid, digital currencies that encourage more people to participate in the economy and help people send each other money across borders and with as little fraction as possible. So speaking about Canadian regulators and crypto, misleading advertisements and improper marketing strategies may encourage investors to take on risks they would normally avoid, and not respecting the requirements under securities law and rules may raise concern about the crypto trading platform's fitness for registration. Speaking about price of Bitcoin and how it can influence on SHIB, the recent movement above $48,000 on September 18 and 19 was not enough to break the 20-day moving average resistance. Bulls now cling to their hopes for a return to the mean movement, considering that the big Chinese debt condition fear has passed. Furthermore, no short-term action came from the United States securities. Bulls dominate Bitcoin price, but they are overconfident. Incentives are in place for buyers to keep Bitcoin below $46,000. So buyers and sellers will maximize their efforts on the hours preceding Friday's expiry. Buyers will try to minimize the damage by keeping the price below $46,000. On the other hand, the bull have decent control over the situation if Bitcoin remains above a such level. But what actually interesting is that if you want to be decentralized, you really need to be decentralized, and that's why SHIB has decentralized crypto exchange. That's why decentralized is the future, and that's why is one of the reasons why in the future we could be seeing some huge price increases on the SHIB and Ethereum and other crypto assets. If you want to be decentralized, you really need to be decentralized, and that is going to then put you in different category from the perspective of regulators, because that's just not something that we dealt with before. Speaking about Netflix film, actually what interesting and the tales are sparse regarding the cast in all directions. The documentary risks, but the trailer hints at plastic surgery avoiding authorities on the yacht. Headlines: streaming platform and production company Netflix will be producing film on this deceased crypto exchange founder Gerald Cotten. Cotten died in December 2018, reportedly due to complications from Crohn's disease. At the time, he was only person to have access to millions in crypto from more than 100,000 users with wallet on the quite regular CX exchange. This led many in the crypto space to initially suspect that Cotten had faked his death and absconded with the funds, but there has never been any evidence to suggest this. A later investigation revealed Panama-based payments professor Crypto Capital may have had control of many of the funds. Following Cotten's death, Coinbase CX trustee Ernst Young began selling other assets from the founder's estate, raising roughly $30 million as of November. Though the firm said it received 17,000 claims from Coinbase CX users, totaling more than $170 million. The crypto space has had its share of controversial and charismatic figures in the 12 years since the technology was first introduced. This year, computer program and crypto evangelist John McAfee died in prison cell in Spain following a court ruling that he could be extradited to the United States for charges including failing to submit tax returns from 2014-2018 and allegedly not reporting income related to punishing crypto projects and consulting work. So let's take a look at the Shiba Inu whales, and number 4, one of the biggest Shiba Inu whales, Crypto.com, continue to buy. It already have $320 million in portfolio worth of SHIB, and many whales are sold right now, but we can see that there are some big whales which actually has maybe supposedly know something about SHIB. Let's do some technical analysis, but before we go into the technical analysis, I'm gonna ask you guys to like and subscribe to the channel because it really does help out with the YouTube channel. So speaking about the SHIB, Shiba Inu price is now 757, and we already successfully retested 670 level, and now we should be seeing test of the 790, and then we should be seeing some further movement from SHIB. I hope you enjoyed, guys, and see you in the next video.